Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. We begin tonight with breaking news coming out of Luzerne County. State police arrested a man this afternoon in connection with the murder and disappearance of William Morse III. His son, William Morse IV, was arrested and charged just a few hours ago. Morse was reported back in June of 2018 as missing, and earlier this year, a friend of Morse brought his case back to the spotlight by conducting a press conference and posting to social media. Police searched the Morse property for several days back in September. His death was eventually ruled homicide. WYLN will have more on this story as it further develops. The City of Hazleton plans to use a percentage of its annual Community Development Block Grant to demolish 2 houses damaged by a fire back in 2018. The homes at 321-323 Carlton Avenue in the Heights section of the city have sat vacant since the blaze in early July of 2018. Mayor Jeff Gassett admits that the properties have been an eyesore. Federal community development funds will help pay for the uninsured part of the double home, while private insurance will pay for demolishing the other half. City Council will meet tomorrow night at 6 p.m. to vote on a resolution to allocate funds for the demolition. It's only just begun. Winter weather conditions, that is. We've had just a taste today, and there sure is more to come. The governor urges residents to be prepared, and our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
A cold snap has hit the area, and many predict a rough winter season ahead. Governor Tom Wolf announced that state agencies are prepared for what Old Man Winter brings and urges all Pennsylvania residents to also be ready. The governor encourages everyone to check in on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with special needs. And when a storm hits, people need to be cautious. Weather conditions can change at the drop of a hat. As for traveling, motorists can check out road conditions by visiting 511pa.com or the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation's winter website at penndot.gov. Exposure to cold increases the risk for frostbite or hypothermia, so it's best to make outdoor trips brief and dress warmly. Infants and older residents are at greater risk for cold-related health issues. The Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission advises everyone to keep phone numbers handy in case of power outages. You can save hotline or phone numbers from your monthly electric or natural gas bills. The governor also reminds residents that the application period is open for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, otherwise known as LIHEAP. It helps low-income residents pay their heating bills in the form of a cash grant. Wolf stresses the importance for everyone to heed weather forecasts, listen to directions from emergency officials, and plan accordingly. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. A homicide trial was underway today in Schuylkill County for a Freeland man accused of murdering another man from Hazel Township back in 2016. Jury selection began this morning for the trial of 32-year-old Eric Mama. State police allege Mama shot 27-year-old David Gombert on the morning of November 1st of 2016 in Klein Township. Prosecutors allege that the incident stemmed from a love triangle. Mama faces charges of first-degree murder, third-degree murder, and voluntary manslaughter, among similar charges. If convicted of first-degree murder, Mama faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison. The Schuylkill County District Attorney's Office is expected to call upon 20 witnesses. That trial is estimated to last for 2 weeks. A Hazel Township man arrested for a human trafficking case in Western PA pled guilty to one of the 8 felonies he's charged with. Arrest papers state 45-year-old David Bereznak was arrested back in January after attempting to buy teenage girls online, unaware he was messaging an undercover Brookville officer instead. While being apprehended at a Brookville motel, Bereznak told police he only came to verify if the girls needed to be rescued. Bereznak pled guilty to a third-degree felony for criminal use of a communication facility October 28th, as his remaining charges were dropped. He was sentenced just shy of 2 years confinement, followed by a little over 3 years probation, complying with special sexual offender conditions, and pay just over $2,000 in court costs and fines. One traffic stop in Hanover Township led to a felony drug trafficking charge Sunday afternoon. A vehicle driven by Charles Kendall was pulled over by an officer on Oxford Street just after 6 p.m. Sunday. The department's Facebook page stated the 31-year-old was in possession of suspected crack cocaine, $590 in cash, and a digital scale. He was charged with a felony count of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and misdemeanor counts of possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Kendall was arraigned Monday morning and sent to Luzerne County Correctional Facility in lieu of $25,000 bail, with a preliminary hearing set for November 20th. A Berwick man who admitted placing a bag over a woman's head and punching her multiple times will spend 6 to 13 years in state prison. Court records allege that 47-year-old Alfonso Glenn attacked a woman inside her apartment back in early 2017 by punching her multiple times, placing a bag over her head, and tightening it to the point of suffocation, then wrapping an ace bandage around her neck and face. When the woman went into a bathroom, she told police Glenn sexually assaulted her. Glenn was arrested by U.S. Marshals on an arrest warrant charging him with rape, indecent assault, aggravated assault, criminal trespass, simple assault, terroristic threats, and reckless endangerment. Under a plea agreement with prosecutors, Glenn admitted Thursday to aggravated assault while charges of rape, indecent assault, and the remaining offenses were withdrawn. The Hazleton Area Public Library is just one of many in the Luzerne County Library System that's been boycotting Macmillan ebooks since November 1st and will be for 6 months. Library officials say the move is in response to Macmillan's library ebook embargo involving 3 other major publishers, which says that libraries may only purchase a single copy of a new ebook for the first 8 weeks after publication.
And no matter what size the library system and how many libraries would be part of that, they would get 1 copy. And unlike some digital resources that would be simultaneous use, an ebook is 1 person, 1 use, and then it gets returned. So larger libraries are greatly impacted by it because they would buy several copies, depending on the size of their system and their users, and a reserve list. They would try to accommodate the best they can.
A petition was launched nationwide by the American Library Association asking Macmillan to reverse the policy so libraries can continue meeting readers' needs.
A lot of times these publishers that we have, they're the popular authors that people want. They want the access right away. So it does hurt a little bit, and it was something we strongly considered and thought about the patrons, having them in mind, saying, it's a 6-month period, we're going to try this. We have to voice our opinion to say, you're hurting libraries, you're hurting access to materials.
About 2,400 titles are available electronically at the county library system, but libraries like to buy multiple copies because ebooks sometimes don't allow for simultaneous use.
It means we'll be looking at other resources. We'll look at other publishers and other e-materials. We'll be asking the public to voice their opinion. There is an online petition, eBooks for All, that we said, go and say how this impacts you and what it means to you not to have this access.
The library system will continue to add to its digital collections, but choose items from other publishers. Coming up on WYLN News, an ice skating rink may be coming to Jim Thorpe. Plus, the DEA issues a warning over counterfeit prescription pills from Mexico. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Well, tomorrow's looking a lot like today, mostly sunny with a high of 29 and a low of 20. Then, it seems to follow that pattern through tomorrow and into the weekend. We'll be right back.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months. I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown the Hometown Village Square.
Life is full of partners. Your health deserves a partner too.
Another scam is being reported in the area, this time in Cunningham. Police are warning residents to watch out for phone scams. They advise people to never give out personal information over the phone, including credit card or bank information. Government agencies such as the Internal Revenue Service never call and ask for money or Social Security numbers. Several phone scams were already reported in Cunningham, so if you believe that you are a victim of a phone scam, you are being asked to report it to police immediately. The search is on for a new director of elections in Luzerne County. Former Director Marissa Crispo resigned back in September following controversy with her involvement over vendor-funded advisory board trips. The minimum job requirements for Director of Elections include a high school diploma, 4 years of elections management experience in an elections bureau environment, and direct experience with using electronic voting machines. The position is posted on the county's website and lists a salary range of $55,000 to $65,000. Applications are being accepted from now until November 20th. Carbon County commissioners are considering an ice skating rink in their parking lot adjacent to the train station in Jim Thorpe. The proposal to put a 52 by 104-foot rink at the far end of their lot near the Route 903 bridge. The 13,000-gallon rink was proposed to county commissioners as a way to fill the void around Christmas after the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway closes November 25th. The rink's proposed size is similar to the Rockefeller Centers in New York and would operate December to March from dawn until dusk. Volunteers would install and maintain the rink at no cost to the county, giving the county the opportunity to make additional money from its parking fees in its lot. Commissioners could look into it next week and would have to consider the proposed ice skating rink's insurance, size, and location. The Drug Enforcement Administration is alerting the public of dangerous counterfeit pills killing Americans. Mexican drug cartels are manufacturing mass quantities of counterfeit prescription pills that contain fentanyl for distribution throughout North America. Based on a sampling of tablets seized nationwide between January and March of 2019, the DEA found that 27% contained potentially lethal doses of the dangerous synthetic opioid. Fentanyl and other highly potent synthetic opioids remain the primary driver behind the ongoing opioid crisis, with fentanyl involved in more deaths than any other illicit drug. A lethal dose of fentanyl is estimated to be about 2 milligrams, but can vary based on an individual's body size, tolerance, and amount of previous usage, among other factors. Coming up on Mountain Pond's News Choice, in lieu of last night's weather this Trooper Talk Tuesday, winter travel tips are ahead in Community and You. Plus, one local law firm is offering free legal help for veterans. Stay with us.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
A sense of self-worth, of purpose after war. It can be found by having the courage to learn new things and experience new adventures. We develop confidence through accomplishment. If you're a combat veteran struggling with the scars of war, consider getting into the outdoors. The outdoors has really helped me cope, and it just might help you too. Get out of the house, experience life and the healing power of nature.
Watch Staff Sergeant Olson heal the wounds of war through outdoor activities. Watch Warrior Summit Outdoors.
Welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. Everyone, I'm Gary Perna. I'm joined by Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police, Hazleton. And believe it or not, winter is right around the corner, whether you like it or not, and we have to be prepared for driving in winter weather, ice, snow, even rain too, as we get here into the end of fall, beginning of winter. So we want to make sure we are prepared, our vehicles are prepared. Now, obviously, many of us already have broken up the long sleeves, the sweatshirts, the jackets, maybe even hats and gloves for some of those colder mornings. But it's also important for us to make sure our vehicles are prepared as well going into the winter season.
Yes, you always want to prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So check your vehicles, check the tire tread on it, make sure they're not worn down too much. Number one, it's illegal. Number two, if it does snow, it can be tough to travel on. Make sure you have enough windshield washer fluid in your vehicle. Make sure you have some sort of flashlight in there in case you did break down, it was nighttime. Some blankets. Unfortunately, living in the Hazleton area, we have two major interstates. Yeah. And sometimes when we get those major snowstorms, some of the interstates get shut down because of car accidents. So you want to be prepared in case you do that. Always have some food in your car too, maybe some protein bars, things like that. In case you do get stuck there for a while, you are well prepared.
Great things to just remember. Keep a little bag, like in your trunk or in the back of your SUV, that is that in case of emergency bag that has everything in it. So and it has happened. I mean, we've seen where snow squalls move in and it's a whiteout and then everything's at a standstill for hours. Right. Again, we are at the top of a mountain. We live in Northeast Pennsylvania, so it's bound to happen. We also need to be prepared, and we also need to know what lays ahead of us out there. So making sure we know where we're going, and if it is bad out, to leave extra time.
Right. Allow yourself extra travel time, especially if it's going to be bad weather. And with that being said, make sure you have enough gas in your vehicle, because if you do get stuck on the side of the road or traffic's backed up because of a crash, you want to make sure it's cold out. You want to make sure you can keep your vehicle running. Make sure you have enough gas in your vehicle.
Some great tips. You also, one of the things, winter happens, and on the security side of things, the first thing all of us want to do is, we gotta start our car and get it warmed up before we get in. Most times you have the clickers now for your cars. You can start them up, your car's locked, don't worry about it. Some people don't have that yet. They go out, turn the car on, go back in their house to do stuff as they wait for the car to defrost. Just a little security thing people need to worry about.
Yes, unfortunately, this is the season where people will actually steal vehicles because it's warming up and the doors are unlocked. My suggestion is have 2 sets of keys. If you're going to go out and start your vehicle warming up with 1 key, lock it, and this way have another set of keys so you can reopen it when you come back in. Unfortunately, there are people out there who would do that, and we want to keep everybody safe.
So as we get ready for the snow, we know it's gonna hit us at some point. Hopefully, maybe not until next year in 2020. But if it does hit us early, just be prepared. Make sure you have everything you need. Have that little bag, with some extra stuff in there in your car, blankets, hoodies, what have you, some extra snacks like that, just in case you're stuck on the side of the road for a prolonged period of time. Because we've seen it. We've seen 81 and 80 be shut down for some stretch of times until things get cleared. So just be prepared as you're traveling here in Northeast Pennsylvania for when Old Man Winter decides to show up. Thanks for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Is your computer not running as good as when you purchased it? Good news, take it to Hazelton's only retail and repair shop, Hazelton Computer Incorporated. They will get it running like new again. Located at 50 West 23rd Street in Hazelton, next to Churchill Auto Sales.
Having an intimate gathering and don't want to wrestle in the kitchen? Call Whitetail and ask about their food-to-go catering menu. They'll do the cooking, you relax and entertain your guests. Call Mike at 570-535-6123.
Wyln has strong ties to the community, and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. Wyln's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazelton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants to Spare Hill climb, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. Wyln, we're your local network.
Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter was admitted to a hospital Monday evening in Atlanta for surgery this morning. The procedure, which went with no complications, was to relieve pressure on his brain caused by bleeding due to some recent falls he had this year. The first incident back in May required his hip replacement surgery, and the second required 14 stitches above his brow October 6th, where he was briefly hospitalized after fracturing his pelvis later in October. He received a dire cancer diagnosis in 2015, but survived and has been cancer-free since. Carter turned 95 in October and is the oldest living president in history. One local law firm is offering a free legal service to vets in observance of Veterans Day. Zola Law offices are now offering free power of attorney to veterans. The document allows a person to appoint someone else to manage their affairs if they're no longer able to themselves. To receive the free service, you must call between today and Friday to schedule an appointment. That number to call is 570-501-2822. And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, here on Wyln TV.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer is more than just a great place to grab six-packs to go. You can also enjoy great draft beer, including their exclusive Three Ornina milk stouts. Take it to go in a crowler, or mix and match bottles of your favorite craft beers. Or just cool down with one of their slushies. Check out the Georgetown Pub Fare menu, including their Flight and Bites with your choice of sauces and 5-ounce draft beers. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games. Don't forget to check out their website and Facebook for tasting events. Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer in Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilus Agency in Hazelton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic for the second year in a row, most excellent chiropractic office. We're going to explore just how that happens this week. Join us.